Good morning everyone. Magbasa na tayo ng ating History Book of the Filipino People by Agoncillo and Guerrero. Today is 01 December 2022, History of the Filipino People, Part 2, the Spanish Period. Last paragraph ito ng ng topic number 6, Philippine Society under Spain. Kasi bukas, ang last paragraph na basahin natin is partial Hispanization. Kasi bukas, mag-umpisa na tayo sa topic number 7. Resistance against Spanish rule. So, dito na muna tayo sa last paragraph ng topic number 6. Basa. Partial Hispanization. That the Philippines was only partially Hispanized may be attributed partly to the deliberate refusal of the Spaniards to teach the Spanish language. The friars in particular merely applied the old formula of the cumplase that allowed non-compliance with the laws requiring them to teach the language. Moreover, the concentration of the Spaniards in Manila and the limited number of Spaniards in the provinces limited contact with the natives that might have spread Spanish language and culture. For the Filipinos, on the other hand, one might speculate that the intolerable aspects of Spanish political and economic policy had rendered them less receptive to certain attendant cultural influences. So, kung kukunti lang ang mga Spanish, bakit kaya tayo nalupig? Bakit tayo nasakop? Marami pala ang Pilipino. Tingnan mo. Moreover, the concentration of the Spaniards in Manila and the limited number of Spaniards in the provinces limited contact with the natives that might have spread Spanish language and culture. For Filipinos, on the other hand, one might speculate that the intolerable aspects of Spanish political and economic policy had rendered them less receptive to certain attendant cultural influences. O diba? Nasa Manila sila lahat eh. Okay, as a result, however bewildered the westernization of the Filipinos that came about as a result of their acceptance of Spanish culture or whatever aspects of it were brought to the Philippines. The conquest of the Filipinos and the constant insinuation of their inferiority by their colonial masters, according to Rizal, made the Filipinos admire and praise what was foreign and incomprehensible. Gradually, they lost their ancient tradition and forgot their own literature, music, and laws, and thus paved the way for the assimilation of new doctrines which they did not, however, comprehend. They also acquired new aesthetics, other tastes different from those inspired in the race by their climate and their way of thinking. Pre-Spanish society, however, was not complete. Pre-Spanish society, however, was not completely eradicated by the coming of the Spaniards. Spanish colonial policy, its brutality, and other defects notwithstanding, allowed the Filipinos with much liberty in meeting the challenge of Hispanization. Alitin ko lang guys Pre-Spanish society, however, was not completely eradicated by the coming of the Spaniards. Spanish colonial policy, its brutality, and other defects notwithstanding, allowed the Filipinos much liberty in meeting the challenge of Hispanization. The response ran the gamut of complete assimilation, total indifference, or outright rejection. Its rejection of Spanish cultural innovation was in a sense a rejection of the conqueror and a noble attempt to preserve their cultural individuality. John Lady Pilan, in his work The Hispanization of the Philippines, Spanish Aims and Filipino Responses, 1565 to 1700, noted that although partially Hispanized, the Filipinos never lost that Malaysian stratum, which to this day remains the foundation of their culture. Indeed, favorable native responses to Spanish creative efforts made for the healthy fusion of Filipino and Spanish cultures. The result of such a synthesis was no longer Spanish or native but a truly Filipino culture. So hanggang dyan lang ang babasahin natin guys para eksakto, tapos tayo ng topic number 6. So bukas topic number 7 tayo. Resistance against Spanish rule. Uprising against Spain. So baka bukas isa lang din ang paragraph babasahin natin dahil mahaba yung ano. Oh, may ABC pala siya. Tinitingnan ko na guys para hindi ako mahirapan bukas. A B, C. Ay, napamit yung masbate dito. Okay, hanggang dyan lang muna tayo guys. Bukas na yan, nang makapagpahinga na tayo ng konti. Bye everyone, God bless.